So we're just going to go through the threading of this Ambition 620. It's the same as the 610, the 630 and the 635. So we've got quite a large reel on there. So we're going to use quite a large spool cap. The smaller the reel, the smaller the cap needs to be. And we're going to pop that in there. So we're going to thread the bobbin first. So first we come from the reel around the guide here, across to around that guide, then along the machine and round the hook, and then we're going to make sure the thread goes underneath the spring-loaded washer here. So we're going to hold the thread down there and pull it, and you can see it pop underneath there. At this point you should feel tension on this thread when you pull it. So we're going to double the thread back on itself. That just makes it a bit more rigid so that we can feed it more easily through the bobbin. And we've gone from inside to outside. Pull that excess through, drop the bobbin on there, push that over. We're going to wind a little bit of thread. So we're going to hold this thread up in the air, wind a little bit of thread on there, and then cut the excess off as close to the bobbin as we can and finish winding that on. That's enough for now. So we're going to push the bobbin to the left, and the Ambitions have got this cutter, which is a bit handy on there to cut that thread off. We're going to thread the bobbin. We're going to put the bobbin into the bobbin case. So we're going to hold it like a P with the thread on the left hand side. Drop that in. And what we're going to do is hold the bobbin down while we go underneath the grey guide. Underneath the grey guide and out to the left. So we're going to pull a bit of tension on this thread to make sure that it locates properly in the tension plates on the bobbin case. Around, cut off, and then we can put the top back on like so. Returning to the top thread, and pull that thread out back to the reel. So we're going to go from the reel. Again, if you hold tension on the thread, it's a bit easier to control. From the reel, underneath the guide, around the top guide, and down the front of the machine. At this point we need to make sure the presser foot is in the up position so the tension plates are open. We're going to come down, around and back up on the right hand side, up in the air, all the way back, and then we're going to pull the thread forwards, and you can see there just at that point it's in the eye of the take-up lever, which is really, really important. From there we go down to the guide on the needle clamp there. So you're going to use the thread to our advantage, holding it like so, and that allows us to see what we're doing as we put the thread onto the guide. So just at that point we pull the thread out, and hook it on the guide, pull it back through, and we're ready for the needle threader. Needle threader comes down, around, like so. So we get a little loop at the back which we can get hold of, pull through, and we just need to get rid of this excess. Got cutter on the side, cut through it, and then pull this piece out. Top thread goes through the foot and up the back of the machine, and we're ready to stitch. And pop some fabric underneath there. We're in stitch 1, which is a straight stitch. I'm going to turn the speed down and just run a little row of stitching out. Press the bed cutter button. It will stop, lock and cut. Lifting the foot, and there we have it.